Having been raised in the United States of America, the American leftist is influenced by morals and norms taken from Christianity. Christians were historically an enslaved underclass, and as a coping mechanism, developed a slave morality which values victimhood and suffering as holy, in opposition to the master morality of their rulers who valued strength, power, and pride. The American leftist is influenced by this slave morality, and as a result, holds undue respect for weakness and lack of confidence, in opposition to the power and pride they perceive as traits of the ruling class. It should be noted that this is an entirely reactionary ideological foundation, formed exclusively as opposition to another established value. In practice, this creates a degenerate behavior of sabotaging any leftist organization or individual that achieves any form of power or authority. In the mind of the slave morality leftist, a leftist that achieves authority becomes similar to the ruling class, which is a betrayal. This causes them to attack anyone who is achieving any degree of real political power, instead praising the most pathetic and insufferable individuals who are the least capable of asserting their will onto society at large. We have seen this happen in formal political organizations, where attendees endlessly raise personal grievances to grind all activity to a halt, narcissistically making themselves the center of attention. The leadership of these organizations hesitates to reject these people because they fear alienating the downtrodden underclass that they wish to better the lives of. The most destructive are those that act offended on another's behalf, as they use others as pawns in their attention-seeking, protecting themselves from criticism by pretending they are fighting for someone else. Formalized leftist organizations are not the only victims of the slave morality leftist. In the case of informal communities that have no explicit command structure, the slave morality leftist demands hyperfixation on the most loudly offended. Meetings and discussions cease as people compete to be the most victimized, demanding focus on the endless tiny details of grievance upon grievance. Whether this is from a sincere desire to make the most harmed the most heard, or a manipulation tactic by attention-seeking narcissists, the result is the same: the complete halt of operations and inevitable death of the organization or movement. As should be apparent, a movement or organization that rewards incapability and suppresses the direct ability to assert one's will cannot change the world for the better. The American left must reject this slave morality, and instead praise and reward elements of power and authority that are leveraged to enact leftist change in society. Should the American left continue this rejection of capability, there is no possibility for development beyond capitalism in the United States. It must be excised.